So straight away, I said today I'm going to be talking about how to live a narcissistic relationship. Don't forget that at the beginning, I kind of dedicated this session to this series to the ladies, because many times they're the ones who fall victim. Okay, yeah, there are cases where ladies tend to manifest narcissistic tendencies, and the guys are the ones you're pitying and saying, hey, yeah, sorry, my guy, or you did suffer, you know. But then many times it's ladies who are victims. Okay, so if you're a young lady here, you may want to share this video with a friend of yours, somebody you know. Just put it in your WhatsApp group and let people pop in or jump in. You know, I'll encourage everyone to share these things, because they will save somebody's life. All right. So a couple of things before I go into some of the notes. I have so many things to share, really, and God just give me utterance and direct me to the ones to focus on. Okay, because there's a lot, you know. So let me remind you of a few things. You know, I said before that, you see, these guys, these narcissists, many times they're the cool guys. They're not ruffians. They're charismatic. They're leaders. You see them take decisions. You see them lead people. You see how they coordinate things, and you just love their style. You know, many times they know how to actually get you to trip for them. They know how to get you to start wanting them. They know how to do it. All right. So you don't even know that they're walking you, but you think you're just the one tripping for them, but they're actually walking you, you know, working you to that point where you're emotionally, submitted to them, and then they now get you in, and you start wondering what has changed. All right. So don't be deceived when you see some of those cool guys, that guy in your office, that guy in your church, that group leader, you know, hey, take it easy. You know, all of that coolness might not be the same thing when you get really close and into that relationship with them. All right. All right. Let me hear you. Let me hear you. Let me hear you. Let me hear you. Can you hear me? Pum, pum, can you hear me? Pum, pum, can you hear me? So I'm waiting to hear from you. I'm getting some signal that the network might be tricky. So if you guys are still with me, let me know. Okay, while I wait for you, I'll go ahead till I get the first comment. So let me jump right into it. I've taken almost 15 minutes in introductions. Now, so the truth is that living any relationship at all is not easy, because your emotions are involved. You know, you've been so vested into this person. You've desired the best. You've wished that you guys could do this for life, you know, and then somewhere down the line, okay, I got one feedback. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah. Another feedback. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And then somewhere down the line, things become difficult. You know, it's like one person is not even willing to, to put in the work or to be reasonable, or somehow it's just not working anymore. You know, so living any relationship at all is not easy. Okay. But it becomes harder when it's a relationship with a narcissist. Okay. And why is this the case? Because many times that guy has done you so much harm that you're not even sure of yourself anymore. He has dealt with you so much that you're now living in self-doubt. All right. Your self-esteem is questioned. You don't even really know what you represent anymore. You don't even know, because in the course of that relationship, you have suffered a lot of manipulation. You have become somebody else. You started doing things that you otherwise would not have done, just in a bid to try to please this guy. You know, he has, suffered you with a lot of control and lies. You know, he has cut you off of your friends, you know, so many things are happening that you feel so disempowered. In many cases, they have even tried to make sure you are not economically up and doing. You know, so many of these things just go to weaken you emotionally, and you tend to lack the will to move ahead, especially when you begin to derive your own validation and sense of importance from them. You see, and sometimes they go further to really destroy your confidence by letting you know that, hey, if they leave you, you're just going to be useless out there. Nobody's going to want you. I mean, look at you. What do you really think you have? You know, just because I had pity on you and I decided to date you. And, you know, they start saying those kind of things to talk you down and to make you feel like, you know, you're worthless, you know. And then, so it's really a difficult thing. And that is why I said, okay, I need to even share with people, because there needs to be a preparation to leave this kind of relationship. If you just try to live like that, you see what happens many times is when you try to just leave the relationship, It doesn't work because these guys are good at their game. Before long, they start love bombing you. They're doing all of those nice things. It's like all of those things you have wanted in the relationship that have not been working. They start trying to do it. They now buy your favorite stuff. They now try to listen to you. They now make you feel like, oh yes, now, I really care about what you're going through and what you're saying. Oh, and you begin to think that, oh, it's like he's finally getting the point. Oh, no, he's gotten nothing. He's getting nothing. What's happening is that he's a master in that game of manipulation. Okay, he doesn't want to lose you. He needs you to keep servicing his ego. He needs you to keep servicing his sense of importance, his sense of, superiority. Okay, so when anything makes him look like he's about to lose that, he doesn't mind making subtle adjustments. All right. So when you start trying to leave and then you see that, he's now loving up some more, he's there for me. He's now, this is all the niceness I've been looking for all the while. You see, you stay. Before long, what happens? He flips again, and then, even when you successfully tell yourself, I'm going to get out of this thing. I'm going to leave. All right. Few weeks down the line, you start receiving messages, you start receiving calls, and he starts telling you stuff like, now I really realize I made a mistake. Oh, how could any man, date someone like you and let you go? If you just come back, I promise everything is going to be changed. In fact, because of you, I've done this. They'll start telling you changes they have supposedly made, maybe things you used to complain about. Maybe, he used to talk with this other girl and you're not comfortable with it. He tells you, oh, now I've even blocked her. In fact, she doesn't even have my number anymore. I've done, he starts telling you he has made all of those changes. And, you feel like, oh, yes, now he's serious. Hey, I said it, that when I leave him, he will know what is missing. Then he will not come back to me. And then you're feeling happy. You're feeling good for yourself. Don't try it. Or listen to me. Don't try it. Don't try it. It's all part of the tricks. It's all part of the tricks. Okay, it's all part of the tricks. Don't forget, these guys are master manipulators. Okay, so it becomes difficult because all of that starts trying to happen again, and then you tell yourself, okay, let me give him a chance. Let me give him another chance. Many times is that other chance people they use carry belle. When you not carry belle, you cannot now go anywhere again because you not say, okay, we're already here. Let's just cuckoo marry. After all, everybody has their own. We change. They change it not. They do not change. All right. So I'm just saying that, from the moment you start telling yourself, this thing ain't working for me, I need to get out of here, start working on it. And I'll share a few tips with you today that will help you. All right. So, first of all, let me let you know, let me share a few points with you that you should watch out for. And then when you see these things happening in your relationship, especially as a lady, you should tell yourself, someone says, God, I beg you. But it's true. It's very true. All right. So when you see these things happening in your relationship, those should be pointers for you. If nothing else, if all the things I've been explaining about these people and their qualities, if it hasn't really sat with you yet, then when you see some of these pointers, there are more. The things I share with you, like I keep saying, are not all exhaustive. All right. But I just try to share as much as I can. All right. So, if you notice any of these signs, then most likely the person you're in the relationship with is a narcissist. Okay, you are in an abusive relationship, and you need to start planning to survive and escape. Right? Yeah, to escape rather, not just surviving it. Okay, so one, you notice that you're being emotionally abused. You're being emotionally abused. This person says words to you that are so hurtful, and he doesn't care. And when you try to make him see how bad what he's doing is, he tends to justify it. And then, he justifies it by showing you that it is your fault that he's talking to you like that. It's because if only you listen when I tell you something, if only you didn't do that, if only you did this and you did that, you see, that's what I'm telling you. Yes, and I say it again, that's how you are, that's who you are. It's so disempowering, it's so demoralizing, so when you begin to notice that, you see another thing these guys do, when you begin to notice that certain things you have told him about yourself, about your home, about your upbringing, he begins to play on those things, to further disparage you and bring you down. You see, you're wondering, but hey, I told you that's in confidence. That just came up in a gist, and you're not supposed to take serious note of that. But no, he took note of it. Why? Because for him, it's a tool of suppression. Okay, he's going to tell you, no wonder now, after all, the people from your side, that's how they behave. Look at your elder sister, look at your brother, look at your father, and you're wondering, why are you doing all of this? It becomes really emotionally hurtful. So, when you're going through that, know that the person you're with is a narcissist. Okay? Again, he's very manipulative. And how you know he's manipulative is that he will always find a way to get you to do what he wants you to do. Whether by hook or crook, whether by pain or pleasure, whether by just selling nice ideas to you, he will find a way to get you to do exactly what he wants you to do. He will do something wrong, and instead of being sorry, he will put you in a position where you're the one who has to apologize to him. Because this thing he did wrong was because of certain things you two did wrong some time back. You see it now? So at the end of the day, you have to be the first to say, I'm sorry. You have to be the one to change your ways. You have to be the one to make amends. Yeah, and he's just fine like that. So if you're noticing this in your relationship, hey, that's the red light, that's the warning light telling you, beware, danger. All right. Now, in some cases, you actually get physically abused. Because what happens is that some of these guys, there's also the rage part of them. All right. So they're talking to you and you're talking back and they don't like that confrontation, or you're trying to tell them that they are wrong and that is what they don't like. They are never wrong in their own sight, So sometimes it can get physical. Now, take note, whether it is physical as he almost slapped you, or he punched the wall, or punched through the door, or he took up something and threw it at you, or hit you with the pillow, or just pushed you. When you see these signs, flee. All right? Because the next one that will come will be worse than that. Okay? Some people don't even have the chance to see the pointer. Sometimes they just go full scale, and this guy, descends on them with beatings and punches and, and all of those things. If you see that, I don't know what you're still doing there. All right. Next point. If you notice that you are being sexually coerced or abused, you have said you want to keep this relationship sexually pure. You want to keep sex out of it, but he keeps mounting so much pressure, just always coercing you into sex, and you don't want, and you notice, and then you give in once, and then you start giving in again and again. Listen, you are already in a destructive pattern. You are already in a destructive pattern. I repeat, you are already in a destructive pattern. It's about time to break free from that entanglement and have a life. All right. So, you're familiar with the term gaslighting, right? Yeah, it also features under that manipulation that they do, where gaslighting is that thing that makes you to begin to doubt your own sanity. Okay, now if you've watched those sessions where, or maybe you've seen them online, where you're asking girls what are the most shocking things your boyfriends have ever done, and then you see stuff like, I remember the day I saw him with another girl, in a hotel. And then he tells you, I don't know what you saw. I was at home. And you say, hey, when I got home that day, you were not there. I saw you actually. And then I left there and went home and you were not at home. And you came in at 2 a.m. and the guy is looking at you telling you, it's like, are you okay? For goodness sake, if I wasn't there, I was just at the balcony. That time I came in, I was coming in from the balcony. I've been there all the night. I mean, I don't know who you saw. Maybe you saw somebody that looks like me. And then for once, you start saying to yourself, it's true. Maybe it's not really the one. Maybe it's not. And you know exactly what you saw. You know this shirt that you wore. You know his shoe. You know I mean, this is somebody I saw you, bros. It's you. And he just tells you, you just keep coming up with all these useless imaginations and just be insulting me. For goodness. And then he changes it. And you find yourself being the one to say, okay, sorry, maybe it's like this person looked like you. But I really, but I thought you were the one. Somebody was gisting me one time how, it may not directly apply because this one wasn't necessarily a relationship, but, she was supposed to be in school and she traveled to another country. Some people have fun like that. And in that country, she saw her dad. And the dad was looking at her like this and she just walked past like, not be me, be this, or not be me. And the man is wondering, is this not my daughter? Is this not my daughter? And she just moved. And immediately called her friends at school and said, hey, if my dad calls you, I'm sleeping or I'm in the hall or something, And the man was confused, but is this not my daughter I'm seeing maybe in the US or something? Is this not my child? Some people are badass like that, And the guy will start telling you, that person you saw is not me. Okay, if I was the one, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you come and confront me now? Since you say you saw me with one girl. Who is this girl you're even talking about? You will check his phone, you will not see a number, you will not see picture. Because she's probably there as boat driver. She's probably there as electrician or mechanic, So you may not see the proof you're looking for. All right, I think one of my batteries is running low, but thank God I'm on another device, okay? So you begin to wonder, like, am I confused? Am I missing something? Is it not what I saw? And like you said, the guts. I mean, he's gonna tell you this with a straight face. He's gonna let you know that, see, you're just letting things into your head. I don't even like this behavior. I keep warning you, if you continue doing like this, you're going to have problems. I need to do something. Give me a second. Just give me a second. I'll be right back right now. Okay, I'm back. Yes, I'm back. All right, so I was saying that if you see these signs, please know that you are in that place where you are meant to run away from. You should not be there longer. Okay. What else? You're being humiliated, intimidated, dismissed, embarrassed, not just privately, but even outside. And you're just wondering, for goodness sake, can't this guy just show some dignity where I am? Can't he just dignify me in the presence of his friends? How does he keep talking to me like this? I was somewhere one time and, guys were, trying to have their conversation on one side, and this guy's girlfriend came around, and the way he told her, really get out of here. And I'm wondering, what? And you call this person the person you're in a relationship with? Times like that, you begin to blame the girl. Why are you still there? But what happens? Her emotions, has been worked on so badly that she feels helpless. Okay, so if you're in that kind of relationship, know that this person is most likely a narcissist. Again, you notice that he is excessively jealous. Excessively jealous. Even if your mother calls you and you are talking for more than 3 minutes, he begins to wonder, why are you spending so much time on the phone? Your brother calls you and you're laughing, you're excited, you're just... Why are you this excited? It's a man's voice. You say it's my brother, your brother, and is that why you're laughing like this? And then you're wondering, what is wrong with me smiling and laughing when I'm talking on the phone with my brother? You see, excessively, if I would tell you to get off that phone, he sees you're having an important conversation, he starts bringing up his own gist and expects you to participate actively. And you try to tell him, I'm coming, I'm on the phone. Like, when I finish, I'll respond to you. And he can't wait. He's telling you, my friend, answer me, or can't you get off that phone? Can't you tell them that your guy is talking to you or your husband is talking? You're wondering, oh, girl, what's up now? Calm down. I'll talk to you after this call, but he wants you to end that call so that you can listen to him, and then you just wonder, what's all this control about? Many times it's that jealousy. He's wondering, who is that person you're on the phone with? I don't like you talking with all these people. I don't like everything. I don't like, they're telling you, they're leading you in the wrong way. They're telling you the bad thing. He doesn't want you talking to people. He doesn't want you having friends. Of course, that's the next sign, okay, where he begins to cut you off of all your own personal relationships, including your family members. When you see these signs, like Jesus said in Matthew 24, when you see these signs, you know that the time is near. The time for you to run is near. All right. So let me try and just take one or two more, and then I would move over to how to live. Okay. This one is very key. Now take note. You notice that you start experiencing persistent anxiety, and many times it gets into depression because of this relationship. You are not at peace when, it's a relationship. You typically expect that your relationship is where you're going to have fun, you're going to be happy, it's going to be wholesome. You see, someone says, and fear, exactly. But instead, when you're around him, there's not that freedom. You're tensed. You're always trying to be right by him. You're afraid. You guys can have a normal conversation. It's going to degenerate into an argument. And the arguments will always be him trying to shove it down your throat and make you know that you are wrong and you cannot be right and you're doing something wrong. And you're just wondering, is it only wrong things that I do, this man? When you were toasting me and pursuing me around the school those days, when you're pushing me around the office, when you're pushing me around all the eateries in town, okay, I was everything in your world. What has happened now? So you're filled with persistent anxiety, fear. You're not free to enjoy yourself in that relationship. If you're a young lady listening to me and you're going through these things in your relationship, let me warn you, don't deceive yourself that he's going to change. No. Don't deceive yourself he's going to get better. He's not about to get better. Getting better is not in his program for you. He's not. Because as far as he's concerned, he's not wrong. You cannot change something that is not, you can't repair something that is not bad. If he does not see reasons why his behavior is wrong, then you cannot change him, because for him, he is right and absolutely right. Everything he's doing, he knows what he's doing. He knows why. I have my reasons. I know what I'm doing. Women, you have to, people that have those ideas. You have to treat them somehow. You have to put them where they belong. You have to show them that you're the man. You have to know. You see, so don't think you can change him, because the software he's running with, you cannot even get into that software to do any changes on it. That is why I said in this session, I want to show you how to live. Okay, so let me share one more, and then I would move on to how exactly you should live. So for some of you, I've talked about him making you to withdraw from family and friends. In fact, that's a very key sign. If anybody you're in a relationship with starts telling you to withdraw, starts trying to cut you off of your family and friends, starts telling you to withdraw, don't pick their call, you're calling them too much and things like that, you should be wary of that kind of person. All right. Someone says, yeah, he will not get better. He won't change. So please walk away, girl. Yeah. All right. And there are different ways these guys do it in trying to keep you away from people. Sometimes they tell you, they give you one nice reason or the other why you should not let people know you're in this relationship. Many times they tell you not to talk to people about what's going on in your relationship. What you don't know is that they are talking with every other person in your world about what you are not doing right. And they are adding a lot of lies and deception to it. And you are there honoring the agreement not to talk to anybody about our relationship. Let's just keep the relationship to ourselves. Don't bring in anybody. You are honoring that. What you don't know is that your father has heard what you are doing. Your mother has heard. Your siblings have heard. Your cousins, everybody in your life has heard that you're a very nonsense person. If not for him. And then some of them will even be begging him, please manage her. She's very stubborn. You just, please don't mind her. You don't even know what's going on. His own siblings too, the people in his world, your classmates, your best friends. He has told them all manner of things about you, about your weaknesses, and he has added a lot of jara to it with lies also. Yes, he's telling you don't talk to anybody, don't put our matter out there. This is us. We have to work through our differences. He's telling you those nice things. You think he really has plans for you. Meanwhile, he's doing everything to destroy you. You know what really pains me is that there are a lot of guys like this out there. And if you're a guy hearing me and you have these tendencies, I want to beg you, please desire change. All right? Because you're hurting people and you'll ultimately hurt yourself. All right? If you don't know what to do, engage me. Let's talk. All right? By God's grace, I've worked with someone and a couple of guys on this. All right? And I've seen people become better. Right? It doesn't necessarily vanish. It doesn't necessarily disappear, but somehow they are able to become better, especially the ones who are Christians and who allow the word of God to work in their lives. Someone says, sir, you're spot on. Kai. Yes, thank you, my dear. Yeah, thank you. And if you want to share your experience, if you've had this kind of experience, you want to share with me later, definitely. Let's get to gisting. Okay? So, let me move on very quickly from this. So all these points I just shared is for you ladies to watch out for those points. If you're experiencing any of those things in that thing you call a relationship, then know that it is time up. You have to run away so that you can save yourself, So what should you do to run away? If I could run away, don't run with him. No. I'll run alone to a place. Okay. All right. Extinct 97. Yes, I would be very glad. I'll have a special session for this. Okay. Okay. We'll talk after the session, and then we'll arrange for this. Yeah. I love people to share their experiences, because more people learn from these kind of practical experiences. Okay. So I'm about to tell you how to cut out. All right. And save your life. Like I said, so many things to say. Okay, so the first thing I would say is start by seeking information. Start by getting educated. And I'm glad that some of the people I spoke with before this session confirmed that at some point they started making research. Like, why is this guy behaving like this? Like, why? How can I be better in this relation? So for some, it starts by trying to be better. They're trying to, what can I do that will be right by this guy? What can I do that will make the relationship work? And then they start going for knowledge. And then they start finding out that, wait, it's like, it's not me. I'm not the problem. It's like this person is the problem. It's not me. Oh, wow. He behaves like this. Oh, really? So there's something called narcissism. Oh, wow. You see, they start finding that out. Okay, but those of you who are hearing this, you're finding this out already. So what I'll say is go for information. There's a lot of material on the net. Okay, if you want to read their print material, their e-materials to read, there are materials on YouTube to listen to. There are lots of materials. Just go and type dealing with narcissism. Just type, you will find all kinds of literature and videos and audio. Okay, so what am I saying? Get information, get knowledge, because you will discover that it's that knowledge that will empower you, that will even give you the strength to take certain decisions. Do you understand? Because when you keep thinking that he will change, you will discover when you start seeking knowledge that you say he has gotten to the point where he's about to, he has not gotten to no point. No. He's the same person. In fact, it's going to get worse when you get to the next level. Okay? You try to leave before and you come back. Oh, no, it's going to get worse. This time, you're not going to be able to live again. Okay? I'll tell you some things that they do to frustrate people from living. I hope I have the time to get to that point. So when you start getting information, then you would know what to do. You know how to conduct yourself. You know how to behave. Okay? One of the things you should also know is that you don't threaten them with leaving them. No, you don't do that. You don't. So if you know you really want to live, start coming up with your plan. Don't talk about it. And like I told people in one of the sessions, I said, when you're leaving, don't go to that person that they know the person's house. Like maybe you have this best friend that he drops you off at her place sometimes. You now go to her house. He will come there to find you. That's not the one to go to. Look for the person that he does not know. If you have money, you can get a ticket out of town, because you need to save your life. These guys, they can really get terrible. Yeah. Why? Because if you're leaving them, that is like you defeating them in this thing. And they don't want to be defeated. They don't want to be the victims. So you leaving them, you're rendering them powerless. They want to be powerful over you. They want to be the ones to treat you like trash. They want to be the one to dump you, to break up with you. And then you are the one dumping them. No way. They're not going to take it easy. You see? So, you're not going to let them know what's up. You will be acting all good and fine, but you are making your plans. As you're gathering knowledge, you're beginning to make your plans. And one of the plans, like I'm saying, is you're going to a place that they don't know. Have you heard of people whose wives or girlfriends were trying to leave them and they went there, beat them up, beat up the person that was trying to accommodate them, and everywhere just problem, wahala, everywhere. Okay, so that is why you shouldn't let them know. Because you've seen how controlling they can be. Some of these guys have fits of rage also. You see, so start getting information and then start planning your exit, but don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. All right. If you're in a kind of place where you can have access to healthy relationships, maybe in your church or a group in the workplace, or something, a common interest group, you want to start surrounding yourself with those kind of people, where you can get affirmations and positive energy from. Okay. You want to start finding time to get into those kind of gatherings so that those ones too can form, an emotional support system for you. All right. If not, you're just going to be choked up by these guys, negative energy. And before you know it, you lose the strength you even lose the will and the strength to want to live and save yourself. Okay, so still on how to live. All right. Like I always tell people, this is another point I'm about to make. Write down your reasons. Okay, you know, when I spoke about dealing with a heartbreak, I told you the guys that you need to learn how to take lessons from a relationship. If you remember that session, you need to learn how to take lessons. You need to ask yourself questions. All right. You need to ask yourself, what have I learned in this relationship? You need to ask yourself, why am I willing to end it? What are my reasons? Listen, if you want to leave a narcissist, you have to know your reasons. And this is very important, because if you don't know those reasons, he's definitely going to try to get you back. I'm going to talk about that in a bit. He's going to try to come after you. He's going to hoover around you. You know, you're just going to get confused. You say, okay, let me give him a try. After all, me too, I'm missing him. You see, he's already working on you. Someone asked a question here. Let me see. Does narcissist behavior apply to men alone or both gender? I think it's a guy that's asking this question. Yeah, because I think it's a guy. Yeah. Now, listen. I said earlier that there are ladies who have some of these tendencies, but generally, there are more guys who are narcissists than ladies. All right. But there are ladies with narcissistic tendencies. They exist. But the more population of people with this behavior are the guys. Okay. And like I like to say to people, because, you know, these kind of things happen where you're giving a relationship advice to the ladies and they think you're fighting them. They start telling you, what about the men? Tell the men their own. Talk to them. If he's doing well, will I do like that? Calm down. Just hear the one that they're telling you and become better. We tell them their own. So you, the guy that is asking, okay, don't feel attacked. Get the points, you know, learn the lessons, all right? And then when we're talking about bad behavior for ladies, we will treat their own very well. But for now, we're talking about the ones that mostly are seen in the guys, all right? But like I said before, it could be guys and girls, right? But just get the point and then get the lessons in it. Are we good? I'm sure we're good. All right. So I said you need to know the reasons why you're leaving. You need to be able to have that sane conversation with yourself. Why am I leaving this guy? He lies a lot. He tells a lot of lies, and then he makes it look like I'm the one telling the lies. For goodness sake, I was brought up to detest lying. And then he just makes it look like I don't even know what I'm saying. You know, you're taking it down. That no, I can't deal with this. He has cut me off of my good friends. You know, since he came into my life, I don't talk with my friends again. In fact, in some cases, they would change your SIM card and seize that old one or just destroy it. Nobody will have this new number. You know, they just have a way of controlling you. So you begin to write down some of those things. And you discover that, hey, I am losing my sanity. I'm not at peace in this relationship anymore. I'm not happy. This is not what I bargained for. You see, you need to be convinced about your reasons. If you are not, when you make the attempt to leave and he starts coming after you, you would forget why you so desperately needed to leave, and you will find yourself running back to him. What's that song? Running back to you. All right. Fred Hammond. You see, you find yourself running back and you don't want to do that. Okay. So be convinced about your reasons. Be convinced about your reasons. If not, guy man is going to suck you back in. You know, he's going to get you. There's something they call hovering. You know, he's going to start hovering around you. You know, you're going to find him everywhere. He's going to send you messages. He's going to play your favorite music to you. He's going to send you flowers. He's going to tell your best friend to tell you he's sorry. He's going to tell that your cousin that you respect to tell you that, oh, you know, you guys here, we're having issues in the relationship, but he's really sorry. He wants you back. He's going to go to all the important people and influential people in your life. That's the hovering. He's going to, you know, trying to get every other person to talk to you and to get you back on his side. You know, he really loves you. He misses you. Maybe you have blocked him, so that right now he cannot get through to you. So he has to start going around to all those people. He will drop you messages on any platform where he's not yet blocked. LinkedIn, no, Facebook, Twitter, even find you everywhere. You know, That's why you need to be convinced. You need to be convinced. And you see, this kind of people, if you wanted to pain them, don't even pick his call. Don't take his call. Don't respond to the message. Now, the purpose is not just for you to pain them, but see, as they pain them in the city, right? But then, don't pick the call. Don't respond to the messages. Because if you have any small chance for a conversation with him, he knows how to get to you. Don't forget, this guy has dated you for a while. He's manipulated. He has controlled you for a while. He knows the soft spots. He still knows the mumu button. He knows what to do. He knows what to buy for you. He knows what to say to you. He knows where to get you. So you don't want to pick his call at all. You don't want to read his messages. You don't want to reply them. In fact, that's why many times I tell people just stay away. Block them completely. Block. You can't reach me, sir. I'm trying to have a new life in Christ. You cannot reach me. All things have passed away. Do you understand? That is how to start getting ready to live. In all of this, please don't forget, of course, seek professional help. All right? Seek professional help. Get a counselor. Get a therapist. Get a relationship coach. Get help. All right? Because what you actually need is a lot of emotional replenishment. If you leave this guy, he would have done so much damage to your emotions that you can't even pick yourself up and take decisions that are good for you. In fact, that is why by the time you leave him 1 day, 2 days, you find yourself missing him because somehow all your validation in life has been built around him. Yeah. These guys are very good at their game. And sometimes you wonder where they learn this thing. You wonder, where do people just pick up these behaviors? They're just good at their game. But they are like that because of the underlying sense of superiority, importance. They believe they are the best thing in the world. They believe they can't have a problem. They believe that you are the one privileged to be in a relationship with them. They just believe they're doing you a favor. So all of that thinking is what creates all of this manipulation, all of this control, all of this bad behavior, all of this negative energy that we're talking about. All right? Let me move on. Okay, so I've talked about certain things that they'll do when you try to leave them. Let me just run through some of those points. One, they start love bombing you. All right, they start doing all the nice things again. They start telling you how they really love you, how they really miss you, how you're the best thing in the world. They start just choking you with a lot of love. That's one. Two, I said they start hovering. Hovering is when they start getting every other person in your life, even your mother that they have not called since they will call your mother, tell your mother that this is your daughter, I hurt her, she's a very wonderful person. In fact, mommy, you raise her well. In fact, you're such a great mother. Your daughter is such a great lady, but I have hurt her. Please help me tell her I'm sorry. I really mean it. Your mother will not call you. You didn't even tell me you had a boyfriend. He's such a respectful boy. So you're dating this kind of person. What did he do to you? Men now. You have to leave them. Give them chance. These people. Your mother will start preaching to you. Like, hey, mommy, wait. You don't even know what's going on here. You're just telling me. You see, he will go around. He will find people that can get into your head. That's the hovering. Okay. Another thing they do, there's what they call the flying monkeys phenomenon. This one is just a very terrible one, because what they'll do here is that they start bad-mouthing you to all of those people. They tell your mother, it's not your daughter. See, it's just because of you, ma, that I have not thrown her to the gutters. Do you know what she did? They start saying all manner of things. They say you are lying, you are cheating, you even stole. In fact, police arrested you the other day, they have to go and bail you. They just start making up all kinds of stories. They tell that to your immediate family members, they tell that to your best friends, they tell that, and you just want, the bad part about this, you are completely in the dark about this. You don't even know that they're talking to all these people. Before you know, your dad will call you and start asking some kind of question. I wonder, Dad, why are you going to with all these questions now? You don't know that somebody has told him that you are one irresponsible girl pursuing all the boys on campus. Your cousins will start calling you and start forming advice. You have to be focused in this life. You have to take things easy. Take it easy. You are wondering, God, which information do you have that I'm not taking things easy now? It is your so-called boyfriend that has gone to start bad mouthing you everywhere, so that somehow all the people around you begin to what's the word now? What's the word now? It just jumped off my head. Somehow you fall out of favor with them. Exactly. So you fall out of favor with all these guys, and he's the only one who is still accepting you. He's the only one who still loves you. He's the only one who still, wants to take care of you, because every other person that is angry with you, you have quarreled with your mother, you have quarreled with your sister, you have quarreled with, you're quarreled with everybody, and he's the only one that is just there for you. So what will you do? You just run back to his loving arms. Scamo, it's not loving arms anything. He did all of that damage. But you didn't know it. Okay? So, whoosh, I didn't even know my time is almost up. Okay, I think I've covered many of the things I wanted to say, right? So, let me quickly run through like 5 points. I've said some of these things before, but let me just run through them in living the relationship. All right. Give me a second. I think I'm skipping one section. Okay, so in living the relationship, don't forget I said educate yourself, seek knowledge. All right, seek knowledge. That was 1. 2, write down the reasons why you want to live. All right, write down the reasons. You need to be sure of your convictions. You need to be sure. All right. Then I said don't make any threats. Don't even say anything. Don't let him see you coming. Have a plan, all right? And don't talk about it. Have a plan. Start working out that plan, but don't let him know about it. If you want to start gradually moving things from your place elsewhere, just gradually. One day he goes to work, you just carry your knapsack. You've taken some things out. Another day you carry one backhoe super sack. You've taken some things out. Another day you carry your book. Just gradually. Why? Because you don't want him to know that you're about to move. Because he will not like it. He will fight you. He will resist it. Okay? Then I said, of course, you should seek support from a therapist. All right. Surround yourself with positive influences or people who will build you up emotionally. And then one final thing you should do is to get rid of any reminders of that relationship. Block him. All right. I don't really talk about deleting numbers, because many times the number has been imprinted in your heart. You know how you behave when you're in love. His number is in your heart. If he has 5 numbers, you know all 5 of them. 080553322. Well, you know his number. He doesn't know your number, but you know his numbers. You know all of them. So it's in your heart already. If you like, delete from the phone, it's there. So block on the phone so that he cannot get to you. He cannot reach you. All right. With these few points of mine, I'd like to stop here. In all of these things, please, if you're a believer, if you're a Christian, all right, you also need to know that you need to draw closer to God, because many times this kind of people, they so destroy you that even your spiritual life begins to suffer. Oh yes, your spiritual life begins to suffer. You don't even pray as you used to. You don't even hear God again. He's your world. He has become your world and your God. Okay, so at this time, you need to start going back to church and start listening to those messages. You need to start praying some more. You need to start building up yourself spiritually, because what you're about to go through is going to be warfare. All right. He wouldn't let you go easily. He will not let you go easily. I need to emphasize that again and again. He will not let you go easily. Listen, even if he gets married to somebody else, he will still keep coming after you, because they don't like to lose. He will keep coming after you. He'll tell you, oh, my marriage to this girl is just a mistake. You are the real one. You're the one I love. Oh, the only one I need. Ooh, you're the one I need tonight. They will keep coming after you. All right? So don't get bamboozled by that deception. No, you have to get back a grip on your spiritual life. You have to call your pastor, say, talk to me, give me word. Thank God messages are available online. Go and listen to word of God and build your spirit up. Go and pray in the Holy Ghost. Go and charge yourself up, because you need strength for this next journey, and you need clarity. And like I keep saying, a quote from Mike Murdoch, that what you're willing to walk away from determines what God will bring to you. When you're willing to take a walk from this, then you'll be surprised. You will even start hearing the voice of God clearly that you were not hearing since. All right? And indeed, I should sing, eh? Don't worry, you will sing it for us. You're the singer here. All right? Okay, I think I'm done for now. Let me take some interaction here before someone says God still punishes. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, that's the word. Get back the grip on your spiritual life. Thank you very much for re-echoing that, Extinct 97. Thank you for echoing that. Valerie, you just joined. We're about to close. Actually, we finished the session, but the video will be up on this page, so you can watch the replay. Okay. So, guys, I hope you found this session engaging, interactive, educative. Okay. You know, there's always the temptation to continue, but no, I will keep it here. We have our time is already like up. I have just like 3 minutes, so I rather use these 3 minutes to discuss with you, to interact. So if you want to drop something in the comments, now I know that there are a lot of people who have been in relationships with narcissists. If you want to share your experience, please reach out to me, drop me a message on the DM. Let us talk about it. I'll be glad to listen to you, and if need be, I'll be glad to bring you on the live so that you can share and, you know, just encourage other people. Oh, thank you. It's been amazing. Thank you. I enjoyed the session, actually, and you guys are keeping it real. You know, I feel like I missed some comments in the course of all my talk. Let me see if I can go back to any of the comments. All right, don't forget, my resources are online. Now, this is the first book I have in print, Relationship Red Flags. This will tell you this narcissistic behavior and several other things that you should look out for in that relationship. When you see those flags, please stop this thing of he will change. Stop that thing. If they are not changing now, they won't change in the marriage. Stop that thinking that he will change. Okay, yeah, but you can drop me the question in the DM, yeah, because I'll soon go off the live, yeah. And indeed, yeah, you got the bottom part, but you loved it, yeah. Thank you, Quebeca. Thank you. I like this feedback. It's giving me energy to talk some more, but I won't talk now. We'll take it in the next session. I look forward to this every Wednesday. Yes, thank you. And please be one of our ambassadors. Share it on your own. You can repost it, yeah, on your page and your groups and stuff like that. Let people listen. Drag one or two of your friends and let them come and enjoy what you're enjoying. Next week, we're going to do Q&A. I'm actually tempted next week to bring some people in the live. I'll most likely do it. The session will most likely extend because I may give 2 people or 3 people the opportunity to share their experience. Okay, so get ready. Next week is also going to be hot, and you guys will be learning a lot as we take questions. I have like 7 questions already waiting for me for next week, and I feel like there'll be some more. So I don't know, God will help us. Okay, so please be with us next week, 9 o'clock Nigerian time, or whatever time it is where you are. Share the word, please. Let's keep putting word out. I want more people to hear and let lives be impacted. Let ladies know that there is help, and knowledge brings empowerment. Okay, let them know, and let the guys also know too, because it's not only ladies that are being impacted by these sessions, but you know, I know why I mentioned ladies right now, because many times you guys are sometimes the victims, you know. So God bless you guys. Have a wonderful rest of the night. It's been nice hanging out with you guys again. If you've not checked out our website, please do it, coachmazy.com. I have a lot of resources there. We do premarital coaching. We do pre-marriage counseling, all virtual. All right. We do live coaching, you know, and then I have books and courses that you can also buy and be blessed with. All right. Thank you for that. Thank you for your time. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful rest of the night. Bye for now.